Unfortunately, pop artists often get a bad rap amongst musical circles, especially in like classical or jazz. And I think a lot of times that's due to bitterness that there are musicians out there who are extremely successful, extremely popular in the mainstream, who are just not as good at music. And I get that, but at the same time, every once in a while we come across a musician who is exceptional. I think Charlie Puth falls into that category. Not only is he producing music on the very mainstream level, but he's also an incredibly talented and skilled musician, and he knows what he's doing. He has perfect pitch, which, you know, in the musical world, everybody knows someone with perfect pitch. It's not that common, but it's definitely not like ultra rare. And so that's why when I saw this video, this interview with Charlie Puth, I got such a kick out of it. And poor Charlie, I feel like every interview for the rest of his life is just going to be people making him recognize pitches like it's a magic trick. And that kind of sucks for him. I get this question a lot just because of the types of videos that I make, and I'll answer that definitively right now. I do not have perfect pitch. And before we kind of get into like what perfect pitch is, we're gonna let this video speak for itself for a minute, because it's just it's really great. So let's just dive into this and see what this is all about.
Hey, what's up? I'm Maxwell, standing next to my buddy, Mr. Charlie Puth. Now, we know that you have perfect pitch.
Yes, I do.
So we're gonna put that to the test.
Oh.
We're gonna hear.
They told him to be like, act surprised. We're gonna tell you you're gonna put it to the test. Act surprised.
Put that to the test.
Oh.
We're gonna hear.
Oh, you're gonna put this to the test. Oh, this poor guy.
We're gonna hear some sounds that we're gonna play, and hopefully, you're gonna get them right.
Puth perfect pitch. 10 points for alliteration there, editor.
We're gonna start easy, and we're gonna work our way up.
Perfect.
All right.
His subdued responses are just so great because I don't know. It's just, maybe I'm totally wrong, but I just feel like you can see in his face, he's like, one of these again.
Let's go with the piano first.
Okay.
Something that you're familiar with.
Okay.
Hit that note, please.
Hey.
Can you give me more than half a second? That's an A. All right. Another note.
C. Like Charlie.
Yeah, the card says C, like Charlie.
I love how this dude is like, he's trying to act like he's, wow, well, you got it right. And this is actually funny for two reasons, because number one, the perfect pitch is demonstrated when he says A, when he says the first note that's played. And then the second note, granted, he does it really quickly because when you have perfect pitch, you don't need to think about it. But somebody like me who does not have perfect pitch, I could get that second one not as quickly, but in a very short period of time just by thinking intervallically, because I know that if I hear, and if I have a starting point that's A, if I hear this, all I have to do in my brain is just like ba-da-dum, ba-dum, and I can hear that it's a minor third, and thus it would tell me that it's C. Obviously, when you have perfect pitch, you don't need to think through that. But once you've done the perfect pitch thing one time, the rest of it sort of just becomes relative pitches.
Well, I mean, I know I'm, as long as I can hear, I can,
yeah.
So I'm very fortunate. It actually works really well when making a record, because when you're working with an artist and they're singing in the studio and they're like, I don't really, or even myself, like, I don't like the key, or they don't like the key. I can just kind of just do a little quick analysis in my mind and then be like, okay, change the way I play this keyboard up to here, changing this register.
I mean, those are the things that make your music so special and spectacular. I told you before.
What? I mean, those are the things that make your music so, like, that has nothing to do with anything that Charlie just said. And this is one of those moments where it's like, here's this poor dude. I'm probably gonna say it a lot because I really it hurts me to watch him have to go through this. He's trying to explain, like, he's like, I'm very fortunate, it's really helpful because I can utilize it in the studio to work with other people and try to help. This guy's just like, when are you gonna stop talking so I can read my next card?
But now we're gonna get a little tougher with these sounds here.
Okay.
Probably not so much. Let's go to the harmonica, please.
I love the laugh. He's just like, he kind of chuckles. He's just like, you guys don't get it. You're not testing anything. All right, let's break down really quick what perfect pitch is. Some people have it, some people don't. I don't know why, but basically, let's try this. I'm gonna put a bunch of colors in succession, like pretty quickly on the screen, and just think to yourself, name the color as they go by. Ready? Did you have any trouble saying any of those colors? Assuming you're not colorblind, because of course colorblind people would have to, it would be a little different for them. But if you have normal sight, you don't need to think about the fact that blue is blue. You see it and it's blue. And you see red and it's red. And they're not the same thing. You could never mistake red for blue or vice versa. It's just they're distinctly different, and you're able to see them and recognize them in an instant. In fact, you're able to see the entire spectrum of colors and recognize them, well, the visible spectrum, and recognize them in an instant, because that's just how eyesight works. Perfect pitch is basically the same thing. If I play this note, and you don't have perfect pitch, with no context, I could come back to the piano an hour later and go, and there's not, those notes are not different enough for us to understand the difference between them the same way that we understand the difference between red and blue. Most of us don't see pitch, or rather hear pitch, in perfect color like we see color. For Charlie, and anybody that has perfect pitch, when he hears that note has a very distinct sound that could not possibly be mistaken for or any other note on the piano. He could not possibly hear anything but a C, the same way that you or I can't mistake orange for blue, right? They're so distinct, and we just recognize them immediately. That's what perfect pitch is. So when you put all this into perspective, this is like the same thing as if iHeartRadio brought in somebody and was like, this person can identify any color just by looking at it. it'd be like show him a card that just has the color blue on it, and the person's just like, blue, and he's like, oh my god, that's crazy, that's nuts. Wait, we're gonna show it to you not on a card, we're gonna show it to you on a screen. Somebody, where's your phone? Red. What? that's basically what this is. Hey everybody, we're here with Charlie Puth. Charlie Puth has perfect pitch, and in case you didn't know, perfect pitch is basically when somebody can hear pitches and differentiate them just the same way that you and I can differentiate colors. So they can hear a note and know that it's a C just the same way that you can see the color red and just know that it's red. Is that about right? Yeah, more or less. That's basically what it is. Awesome, very cool. So Charlie's going to demonstrate this for us really quickly. I'm just going to play a note on the piano. Now make sure you don't look. Okay, all right. And he's going to tell us what it is. C. And how about this one? A flat. Wow, that's very cool. He doesn't even need to think about it. He just instantly knows what it is. Yeah, and it's really helpful in the studio a lot of times when I'm recording music, because it just allows me to kind of think a little more specifically about, a particular change maybe I want to make, or if somebody I'm working with needs something to be shifted a little bit. It's just makes it a little quicker to kind of go through that process. Yeah, I can imagine that would be particularly helpful. Well, Charlie, I want to thank you for stopping by today. Awesome. Well, I appreciate it. Thanks for having me. All right.
Let's go to the harmonica, please.
E.
Is that E?
That's an E.
I'm going with him. I mean, I'm telling you, the dude is nice with it. Nice with it.
Okay, I'll be all right. Give me a second. Okay, all right, I'm okay. I'm good. Let's go.
That's 3 notes. E, G, C.
And also known as us common folk as the
Facebook. Also known as first inversion of a C major triad. So a C major triad is
talent, ladies and gentlemen.
Just studied.
Okay. We're gonna be okay, people. It's all right.
Talent, ladies and gentlemen.
Just studied.
He's like, oh my god, this is so painful for him. He's like, I just study. This dude's like, oh my god, talent. You know what a triad is. What?
A and E, which is a perfect fifth, which is the brightest interval of all. And I believe a perfect fourth, which would be what they use in church music.
I call it I got a message on my BlackBerry.
Oh, okay.
Oh no. I gotta hand it to Charlie. Like, he's doing such a good job with this. And he's like taking these small opportunities to just drop like a little piece of, hey, here's like what this is, you know, and try to provide something reasonably educational and informative.
All right, one more sound. What do we got?
It's like a in between a C and a C sharp. So it's more a C sharp. Ooh, but it kind of gradually got up there. It wasn't like C sharp right away. It was just like ooh.
Okay, now this particular one, I think this is a complete fall apart in the production, because I think what was played in the studio as they were recording this is completely different than what we just heard. Because let's go back to the sound. Right? So unless I'm totally missing something, I think that's pretty clearly what that note is on the video. And you'll notice that Charlie instantly says something different.
In between a C and a C sharp. So it's more a C sharp. Ooh, but it kind of gradually got up there. It wasn't like C sharp right away. It was just like ooh.
Now he's not going to screw it up. I don't think I'm going to screw it up. So I think what happened here is that something about the frequency of whatever sound they were playing completely did not translate from the production to the finished video. And we got some distorted version of it. I don't know. Complete lack of foresight on iHeartRadio's part.
Well, boom, we got the objects, brother. And as you all know, my man Charlie here has perfect pitch. You've been nailing it so far.
Dude, this isn't a television broadcast. We didn't just go to commercial break and come back. You don't have to go over that again. We established that context in the beginning of the video when you made the alliteration title, Puth Perfect Pitch, or whatever the hell you called it.
It's a C sharp. Actually, so if you play the boat sound again.
Oh my gosh.
This is a couple octaves up from the boat horn. So here's this again.
They're not even close to the same, and I guarantee you it's the production. They were definitely hearing something, because not only is it not the right pitch, but it doesn't sound like a boat. So if they played him a boat horn, I don't know, somewhere along the way it got distorted in post, and this is what got spit out, but not even close.
It's a little bit above an F natural, so if I pour some out.
Not too much. It's almost like when you mix Pepsi with
it's like weird
fruit
science.
punch.
Almost like what?
So now this, which once was a perfect fourth, is now a major third. C sharp, F, closer to an F.
Listen, you didn't know that you're gonna get a science lesson today, but damn it, it's happening.
No,
with
but check
Charlie
it out.
Puth.
Take one of those, and then I auto-tuned it and put reverb on it and distortion, and then it became like a little bit of a.
Wow. Let's see what yellow is, sir.
Dude's not even listening. He's paying not a lick of attention, because I don't know, maybe he's just like zoned out of the conversation because he doesn't understand what's being said. I don't know, but wow, this is like, oh man, poor Charlie.
There was like a overtone there. So there's a really high A, like way up there.
We're talking about overtones now, okay? Charlie, you've lost him a long time ago. Now we're just, stop it. He's already dead.
This is
outlining an A flat major chord. Major 6.
Look at the face.
Major 6.
Oh my gosh, man. You're blowing my mind with these sounds, dude.
Thank you.
Perfect pitch.
Yeah.
You know what you got to do. Make sure
Perfect
to
pitch.
check out my guy, Charlie Puth. You got...
Why are these interviews so awkward? Ugh.
This is my guy. Boom.
Charlie's getting such a kick out of this. Okay, so yeah, there was literally no point to that entire interview, but Charlie handled it like a champ. He was a professional and put up with it admirably. Anyways, there's not really any moral to this story. I just was watching this video and I couldn't stop laughing because of how ridiculous it was. So thanks for watching. If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, and if you'd like to see more, hit the subscribe button, and make sure to hit the bell notifications, because otherwise YouTube just doesn't show videos to anyone. So that helps. We'll be back to our regularly scheduled meme complete, utter nonsense and uselessness shortly. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.